Okay, it is time to head to Lufkin. It is the day of the ETX Market. I had a great conversation with Brookshire on the podcast a few episodes ago, and she talked about that and everything. She's been working really hard to put it together. It's just a local event for Lufkin and East Texas to showcase the local businesses and the local talent that we have in our area. And I think it's important to support East Texas as a whole as we work to uplift the community and work to spotlight all the great things that we have here. So you're going to join me, and it's going to be fun. So, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day for a market. All right, so I'm headed to ETX Market, as you know, and Highway 69 is what connects Tyler to Lufkin. And on the road, along the way, you touch these small towns, and this small town that I'm standing in now is Alto, city of Alto, which a couple weeks ago was affected by a tornado. I'm at Alto ISD, and behind me you can see that there's the path of the tornado itself, and all along this highway there's just bent trees, bent power lines. You can hear a chainsaw they're trying to clean up, and homes affected in different ways. Some whole halves of houses are broken apart, huge trees in the middle of yards. The high school itself has bent baseball fences. There's a huge. I'll walk up there here in a second, so you can see some of the other pieces of the school that were affected. But on the way here, and maybe you're thinking this, is that why travel an hour and a half out of your way to support another town? And I think this is a excellent example of it, because eventually something like this is going to happen, unfortunately. And it's sobering to actually see in person, because you hear it on the news and you can have that sort of disconnect. But when you can actually see it for yourself, and realize that real people live in these places, and it could easily be you or I or our kids affected by these storms. It's important that East Texas comes together as a community so we can support each other and have a connection to these certain areas, because we're stronger together when tragedies like these strike. And thankfully we can come together in Lufkin today for something more celebratory. And I'll talk to Ann today. I'm sure I'll see her about the work that she did with Among the Pines to help this community. She gathered supplies and rallied some people together to lend support in the small way that she could. But yeah, I just wanted to stop and show you a little bit of what I'm seeing on my way there. Okay, so I've made it to downtown Lufkin for the ETX Market. It's a wonderful turnout, beautiful, beautiful day. You can see there's a bunch of vendors right behind me doing a bunch of different things. There's artisan Turkish rugs. There's handcrafted ceramic mugs. There are all kinds of stuff, custom printed t-shirts, stained glass stuff, and then over here there's a lot of different antiques and just different things that you can't find anywhere else. And you know, a lot of times, you know, you go to different antique type swapping shops, those type of goods, and you see kind of the same stuff. This is a lot of different unique things, so it's been pretty awesome. Been able to connect with a few of the vendors here. Awesome people, just great East Texans. So wanted to introduce you to the person who started all this, Miss Ann Brookshire. You might recognize her from the Strong Calm podcast or her Instagram at Among the Pines TX. And she's lended me a little bit of time just so you can stay informed about what's happening right now in downtown Lufkin. The ETX Market.
It's so windy.
So, awesome turnout.
Yes, I think it's going great. I'm really excited for the first one. I'm like, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I think it's going great.
Yeah, people are having fun. Despite the wind, it is a little bit windy.
But we'll take the wind over the torrential downpour.
Right.
So.
One thing I'm asking everybody is what they love about Lufkin. As a Lufkinite, if that's the right word, what do you love about Lufkin?
Yeah, I feel like it overlaps a lot with what I love about East Texas. I mean, I love the small town feel. I'm originally from Dallas. I know some of y'all might know that, but I don't ever miss being in a big city. I love the smallness of Lufkin, our historic downtown. I love that people are starting to reinvest in downtown and fix back up new buildings, but keep their historical structure and texture. And same about East Texas. I just love Lufkin because it has so much potential. And there's so much we can build here. It's like the possibilities are endless. So, and I'm so grateful that Lufkin allowed me to do my crazy giant market in their city parking lot. And they put up my little East Texas flag on the city flagpoles for me.
Yeah.
We kept up America and Texas, but East Texas is in between.
It's
you know?
legit. It's legit.
So yeah.
Awesome. You could say we got the train coming, of course.
You know, East Texas.
Yeah.
Where are we without trains?
You could say that it feels like home. I just wanted to plug the t-shirt. Our friends at Brands and Threads helped create that, and that slogan.
They dealt with me. I was a crazy person for months. We finally figured it out.
It looks awesome.
You're so kind.
It looks awesome, and it kind of originated from the podcast. So I just wanted to say
it's so fun.
Yeah, it was a collaborative effort.
And my friend Kelsey with Porch and Pine, who did these balloons that have been obliterated by the wind, but she did an amazing job.
Awesome.
She also thought of the idea and messaged me about it.
It's excellent. So one thing on the way here, down 69, it's really hard to ignore the impact that the tornado had in Alto.
Yeah.
And I did some, I showed people, people are still affected by that, even though, as
several weeks ago.
It was several weeks ago. Information travels so, quickly. It's on to the next thing, but people are still cutting trees and cleaning up. But you led an effort to help people out there.
Yeah.
What was that, and how did it turn out?
Yeah, well, I know it's Easter weekend. It was obviously the weekend right before the ETX Market. Things are just crazy in all spheres of life, but I felt like I just needed to, part of a community I think is also helping each other, not just in like the great awesome times like ETX Market where we're having a great time, we're out in the sun, and we're supporting local businesses and eating great food. But I think also about being a strong community is just helping when things are rough and things hurt and people had no control over that tornado ripping through their small town. And I just can imagine if that, came through downtown Lufkin or destroyed my home, I would want as many people as I could to come help me. So there's there's probably like 10 to 20 of us came out on that Saturday, last Saturday. Gosh, I don't even know what today is.
Yeah.
It's April 27th because I've been playing this for a long time, but I really am just in a cloud.
So 20 people.
About 10, 20 people came out. One group from a local church here, City Church, came out. They brought a giant tractor and some chainsaws. They worked on some big trees. Me and my crew just picked up a bunch of limbs and debris from the school because someone told us the school is still really bad. Insurance is kind of dragging their feet there, and they don't have supplies for the kids. Everything about that, we can try to figure out a way for you to get money to the schools. They're outside cooking under tents to get the kids lunches, and so it was a mess. And so we just, I don't know if anyone knew we were there, but we went there and met there, took a bunch of debris, threw it in the back of people's trucks, then went and piled it by the highway. They made sure it was only tree debris so that they can burn it because of environmental laws. It's like they can't burn it, there's trash in it, so we made sure it was just trees. And so just did a small drop in the bucket, but we hope just like even little things like that can make a difference. So,
well, we're gonna figure out what we can do to continue the relief effort for the great people of Alto, and by the time this is put together, hopefully I've got some links or some somewhere that you can directly contribute and know that it's going where it needs to go. So awesome. You're a true strong communicator, a true strong community builder.
Right now.
And you're so tired.
I even spoke English. So.
Well, by what? It ends at like 2?
Ends at 2. I've been out here since 6:30. I was out here till 9:30 last night. Went to bed. I don't know what time. So.
Awesome.
But it's going great. I'm so happy everyone's here.
Your effort doesn't go unnoticed, and it is definitely appreciated.
Good. So glad. Thanks y'all for your support. Boom.
Okay, so I've made it back home. It was an excellent day. I think I've got a little bit of a sunburn on my arms and my neck, but all good. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you like it. I hope you let me know your thoughts. We're building something. We're going from the ground up, and we're gonna keep on going, just like they're doing behind me. So keep it calm, strong, my friends. Stay driven.